have this chance, and you brought it up. That's actually, you know, you've got to have great support from the families to be able to go out and do what you do.
Oh, I do. I have an amazing wife. I mean, she's super supportive. She pushes me to new levels. I mean, she's the one that designed the house with the archery range in it. She's like, if you're going to do it and I want to push you, I want you close to home. So I can't thank that woman enough. She's made me get to another level.
Well, you'll be home for Father's Day, so they'll be able to thank you. You can thank her.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get ready for the women's individual bronze medal match. This is Youn So Yung from Korea. She lost to her teammate Seokji Hyun in the semifinals, so she's in the bronze medal match today. And she will be facing one of the most intriguing archers in the sport, Kristina Berger of Germany. Ranked 4th in the world, was 2nd back in January. What an amazing story Kristina Berger is. 2 years ago, she's shooting pistols, decides she wants to take up archery, and here she is at this level competing for World Cup medals.
Yeah, it's amazing how quickly she's come out and just been competitive, you know, at this high level. Because there's a lot of people who put a lot of effort into it, just like we talked. And for her to come out and do this is pretty amazing.
She showed up here last year and got into the gold medal match. She's in the bronze medal match this year. Last year was in the gold medal match and was right there with Albina Loganova when, unfortunately, she had a shot go awry. That changed the match. She settled for silver, but it was amazing to see somebody able to come on the scene like that.
Yeah, and she's been solid. I mean, all the rest of the World Cup she did well, so I think she got her feet wet and she understands what she's doing and is very competitive.
So Germany against Korea. Youn So Yung and Kristina Berger. Kristina this week beat Linda Ochoa, then dropped a 1-point decision to Sarah Lopez of Colombia in the semifinals. And she'll start off the match with a 9.
Yeah, here we start again on that left side. Not sure if they're knowing enough to aim off or not.
An 8 also the downwind side and low.
Ms. Berger, 9th last month in Shanghai, and a 9 on her second shot. Will shoot 5 ends in the individual compound competition. 3 arrows per end for each archer.
The arrow is high, perfectly centered. $10.
She looks like
and she got better with each shot, didn't she?
Yeah, she looks like she's got it dialed in now.
So Kristina Berger with 28 points here in the first end, and a bullseye. 27 points for Youn So Yung, who just turned 20 years old, finished 8th in the individual competition in Shanghai. And there is Kristina Berger. You know, you see these people who show up here in the middle matches and you forget about all the others that fell by the wayside along the week.
Yeah.
And in this competition this last week, Linda Ochoa, Marcella Tonioli, Albina Loganova, Jamie Van Atta, Erica Jones, all eliminated during the qualification and elimination rounds. It's tough to get to these medal matches. I guess that's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, oh, there's no easy road. I mean, you might get a little lucky here and there, 1 match or 2 matches, but for the most part, you're going to have to put something together at some point to get to these matches, and these guys have. I mean, it's a tough road.
You never take it for granted, do you?
No, I don't, because it can change in a heartbeat. You know, I mean, just like we've seen in all the other matches, anything can happen.
The Korean archer down by 1. Starts off with an 8. X marks the spot for Kristina Berger.
Another speed meter in the middle of the field. 256 kilometers an hour registering for Kristina's arrow. There's a 7-8 liner.
Trying to make an adjustment.
Yeah, I think the wind just got it. I mean, like I said earlier, it's tough to aim out there, and when it's tough to aim like that, you just don't know what, you know. Some people, you have them days where it's just easier for you, but in that wind, it can catch you at any point, make it really tough.
So it basically becomes a guessing game.
It can be, yeah. Because like I say, some people just take the release, and some, there's a window to get it to go off, and so.
So Youn So Yung with 24 points in this end, possibly 25. We'll see if they give her an 8 instead of that 7. But it's interesting to see a Korean archer here in this bronze medal match. We talked about it at the start of the broadcast today, or the webcast, I should say. But Korea definitely sent a message in Shanghai that they're going to start to make a much more concerted effort in compound competition. That was evident in China, and it is here in Antalya as well.
Well, they've got good support from their government, or from their governing body. That's the thing in a lot of this is a lot of compound archers are doing it on their own, self-funded, everything else, where these guys have actually turned it into something just like their Olympics, because they're going to be in the Asian Games. Korea's decided that it's worth investing some money into, and no matter what we say, you get funding behind you and some support, makes a huge difference. You know, I mean, we can remember the times when we had athletes in the Olympics that couldn't compete because we didn't give them the same support as other countries. And so to me, it's kind of on the same level. You know,
Sure.
They've decided that they're going to put some support and stuff like that. I mean, they're still learning a lot. I mean, I helped one of them the other day because they had a broken part on their bow, and I was fixing it in their room. In fact, she was in our room the other night, and their coaches were asking questions about bows, tons of them, you know. So you know that they're still at the low level of learning, but because they're putting the effort in, they're going to get better.
It's going to get more interesting in compound, no question about that. So a 6-point lead for Kristina Berger of Germany at the midway point of the match, and that may increase her lead right here.
Yeah, it's tough when you're in that situation. It gets more frustrating if you just you're not sure where you're going to hit.
There's a 9 low for Kristina.
A little bit low, but in the 9 ring for Kristina. So Youn So Yung,
We're getting some blustery conditions out there.
8th in the individual competition in Shanghai, finally gets it figured out.
Gives you a little vote of confidence, even though it's been rough going, you know.
There's an 8 out the left-hand side.
Might open the door a little bit.
For these conditions is a fast, confident shot.
But Kristina had a little bit of a cushion to play with.
Yeah, and that happens sometimes. You get that kind of lick, and he's going like, oh yeah, it's okay. Boom, whoa, quickly it changes everything.
Do you like a closer match
Yeah.
when you're competing?
Not as much. It depends on which way you're looking at it. Sometimes I like it to be a big gap, and sometimes, you know, there's nothing wrong with a close match if you feel like you're both shooting good. I love when you're both are shooting really well and it's close, and it's just, to me, those are one of my favorite matches, the ones I remember more than anything.
When it's arrow per arrow.
Yep, and you know you're feeling like you're shooting as good as you possibly can, and so is the other person.
Kristina Berger led by 1 after the first end, was up by 5 after the second end, and now after the third end leads by 4, 74-70. And with some strong shooting can put this match away and put a bronze medal around her neck. Kristina, 2 medals here. A year ago in Antalya, won a silver in the match against Albina Loganova in that gold medal match. Competed at the World Cup finals in Tokyo, finishing 6th.
6 points.
And a rough day right now for the Korean youngster.
Toward the water.
Yeah, this is a different win than you see a lot of places. And where, like, say, where they're new on the scene, it's like it's a learning process. And, you know, she'll probably walk away this with a good experience and a good learn. But it's tough.
Plus, this is a lot different than where you shot all week long for eliminations and qualifications. It's just across the street from the beach, but it's a protected area with trees ringing the field, and while there's wind there, it's not like being down here on the beach.
No, not even close. In fact, we were discussing yesterday when people were standing on the far side of the field by the trees, how little their flag didn't move at all, and even like 3 out, it moved even more. So you can tell it's a huge difference, just the locations of where things are.
It's not exactly a day at the beach if you're shooting.
It's a nice cool breeze if you're sitting out there just watching the surf and everything else.
Nice cool drink, sitting out there, watching the kids play. But if you've got a bow and arrow in your hands, it's a little bit different matter.
And something on the line, it always adds a little extra tension, a little more frustration to what could be going on.
And you can see that sigh by Youn So Yung as she tries to forget about the 6 that she shot and falls behind by 7 now, 110 to 103. So 3 more arrows left to shoot. And Kristina Berger, who was ranked 2nd in the world back in January, has dropped a little bit to 4th in the world right now. Last year, just 2 weeks after her performance here in Antalya, she dominated the European Championships in Amsterdam. It was only her 2nd international competition, and she led the German team to the European title. And is well on her way here today to a bronze medal.
9. On the upwind side, a good shot. 10.
Great shot by Kristina.
Yeah, especially after she opened up with a 9, it gives her a little breathing room. Shoot another 10.
8 points.
It's frustrating. You hate to see anyone go through a struggle. I mean, that win, like I said, can be a big learning experience. I know where she shoots at home and it's windy there, but nothing like this.
10.
And Kristina Berger keeps the pedal to the metal, keeps the pressure on. Youn So Yung, I noticed before her last shot, her eyes seemed to be darting around. That time a little more focused, and she's in the 9 ring.
Has clinched victory.
But there's nobody out there who hasn't gone through some tough matches, some learning experiences.
Yeah, and I've had my fair share of them. You know, that we all will. If you're doing this long enough, you'll have your fair share of tough matches. I mean, as somebody said, if you haven't done it yet, you haven't shot archery long enough.
Nicely done from both ladies.
An 11-point win for Kristina Berger of Germany, 140 to 139.
Let's have a nice round of applause for Miss Youn of Korea.
As the German archer picks up another World Cup medal, and just as important, picks up the World Cup points.
Yeah, that's something, you know, for the most part, I'm really bad because I want to win every event I'm at and don't think about it until, like the other day when I got beat by Braden, I was like, you know, you hate to miss that last arrow. And Roger, first thing he did when I walked by, he goes, that's 5th place, man. That's good points. You know, you're working your way to the finals, 3rd in Shanghai, 5th here. That's great points towards the finals. And, you know, as a competitor, you don't usually look at that, but the truth is that's what we're all shooting for, is to make the finals.
Sure.